everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Berna and today I'll be discussing internships that I did during high school. I think these internships were genuinely what contributed to me getting into med school at 18 years old, which is way before most people do. I did a variety of internships and shadowing experiences as well as community service, and altogether I think it made me a well-rounded student, which is what med schools and colleges are looking for. I'm going to take it back all the way to the summer after my freshman year of high school. I had a family friend in medicine that was an OBGYN and was head of a high-risk maternal hospital in Brazil. So I flew over there, and with her assistance, I was able to shadow and look over her work. That lasted for about a week, and I was there from 6 in the morning to early afternoon. In total, it was about 60 hours. Obviously, this was a special kind of experience, but if you want something similar in the United States or honestly any country, I recommend sending out emails to various doctors and PAs and people in medicine or in whatever field you want to go into. It was the first time I had ever shadowed a doctor in a hospital, so for me, it was a little bit scary. But thankfully, she took it very easy. Outside of the United States, doctors tend to really be on top of you and they want you to learn. So they kind of throw you into a situation and kind of let you figure it out on your own. That's how I like best. But here in the United States, if you're starting off and you're shadowing for the first time and you let them know, they'll most likely just have you observe. A couple weeks after I got back from Brazil, I did a program called the NYFL, Advanced Medicine and Healthcare Summer Camp Program, and that was in a different state. That was a little bit of a step up. Obviously, nothing close to the internships after that I'm going to talk about a little bit later. But we learned basic CPR and resuscitation. We learned how to wash our hands properly. We learned how to be sterile and how to don surgical apparel and surgical uniform, you could say. We had a lot of lectures too from guest speakers, and we watched various videos as a group. So like my small group had about 16 people. They were literally such good friends. I think that it was a really good experience to network and socialize. But apart from my small group, there were like 20 other small groups, and for the guest speakers on the big lectures, we would all get together in a ballroom. And I say ballroom because this was conducted in a Marriott near the location of where we were supposed to go that we unfortunately weren't able to go. That place was Johns Hopkins. We were supposed to be on the Johns Hopkins campus, which was really cool and like one of the reasons why I signed up. But because it was COVID year, this had to be conducted in a Marriott, which was fun. Anyways, I had a blast. I literally will never forget this internship. This program for me lasted about 2 weeks, and I did have to pay a tuition of about $5,000. And they partner up with the Apprentice Doctor, which is basically a company that sells medical courses and sells medical practice materials online. That's actually how I learned venipuncture and how I learned to do IVs, literally on my own in this very desk. And this internship is very lecture heavy, but they took good care of everything. The lectures were interesting. We had 3 meals a day included in the internship, but a lot of people would DoorDash and Grubhub to the Marriott. At the end of the internship, we did go to an aquarium and like the boardwalk near where we were. That was super fun. We got little crab hats and we all matched and took pictures. I will literally never forget the group I was with. I think that for me, these internships are so amazing because of the friends I make. You meet a lot of people with the same mindset that want to go into healthcare. I really enjoy that aspect of it. Now that COVID is over, there are actually camps all over the country and in various different universities. You can actually go and find a camp at the university that you want to go to kind of get a feel for that university, and I think that's really unique about it. And they don't only have medicine, they actually have a variety of subjects if you go and look on their website, which I will have pinned down below as always. Moving on to the next and most influential internship I've ever had. It was literally a catalyst for various other internships that I did, and I think that's the start of my development in a way that would make me shine on my resume and my application. That was the Advanced Medical and Public Health internship I did over the summer through an organization called Leadership Initiatives. I'm so happy I got permission to talk about this because this organization genuinely changed my life, and they're not doing anything to make me come on YouTube and say this. I just genuinely am so grateful for everything they did for me. As of the moment, I have one website to showcase this internship that I did, and I have 2 others on the making that they're making for me from the 2 other internships that I did after the summer camp. They really know how to make a college applicant shine. And even if you're not applying to college, they have action-packed days. You're going to learn so much. You're going to see motivational people. You're going to see doctors from around the world. To get specific about this particular internship, it was a week long, I think in the middle of July of 2023. And as an intern, my job was to participate. Overall, just follow the rules, follow the dress code, participate, and follow what the group leaders said. The group leaders were actually other high school students that had done the camp before. I think they did a couple camps and then they were able to have that job. So that's another great opportunity that they have. And I think that it was just so well done. There may be an application process as of right now because that's what I've heard from other people. But when I did it, I did not have to apply. I had to pay the tuition, which was about $5,000, but it varies on the program you're doing. And I had to fill out an application form. I actually found out about leadership initiatives through HOSA, which stands for Health Occupation Students of America, and it's basically this huge state and international conference with a bunch of people that want to be doctors. And I trust HOSA, so I saw that Marsha Bailey, which is in charge of leadership initiatives, was there talking about it, and they gave me a scholarship if I was one of the first ones to sign up, so that's how I did it. There are different ways to get scholarships. They actually have full rides that they give out. You just got to keep an eye out for it, especially if you're in HOSA. Keep an eye out for it because they are really good partners. These programs also vary and they run throughout the whole summer. For someone that travels like me, they have various different weeks that they do this, and they also have various different programs. They have public health, neuroscience, cybersecurity, criminal law, literally so many different things. You just got to look on their website and see what works for you. The days were very long. We would wake up really early between 6 and 7, have breakfast, go over to the lecture halls of the university we were at. We're actually at Georgetown University in Washington, D.C. Beautiful campus. It was a bit of an unsafe area depending on where you went at what time, but they did a really good job at keeping us safe and walking in groups. Over the course of that week, we listened to various lectures by Nigerian doctors from the Nagari Clinic in Bauchi. So these doctors flew in. They taught us all about tropical diseases, very common in that part of Nigeria. That included acute respiratory infections, typhoid fever, malaria, and anemia. They also taught us about how they can actually be connected. Like if you have malaria, you can also have anemia. And all of this preparation was so that we could get on a live Skype call with a different doctor at that same Nagari clinic in Nigeria and be able to diagnose a real life patient. Which sounds really scary, but the amount of preparation they did, I don't think there were many people that froze or that weren't able to do it. And I think there were at least 1,000 people there. And what was cool about this was that they gave us a headset, like a VR headset, and we were able to kind of feel like we were there at the clinic. They filmed that video, and I was able to send it to the colleges that I applied to. That was my favorite part of the whole internship. But aside from that, we also did work in what they call a community workshop with our small groups that we were divided into. I had to make a community workshop about acute respiratory infections and basically come up with like an educational plan that we would send out to that same community in Nigeria to educate the population about ARIs and how to prevent them. I had to make it engaging and for a specific age group. We did a puzzle with like the signs and symptoms of ARIs, like a cough, and then we had a cough picture. Now, I have to say something I really enjoyed about this particular internship was that because we were in person with these Nigerian doctors, I was able to be immersed in a different culture, a different healthcare system than in America. The Nigerian doctors were so sweet, but they were brutally honest when they had to be. If the community workshop was not good, they would tell you. And because my group was dealing with a different population in a different country, we had to be aware of their literacy rates, what they did and did not know. And we had to kind of work with that to change our workshop accordingly. So you can see how that develops some critical thinking and some overall awareness about the world and about different healthcare systems. Other than those two really big projects, we had CPR training, venipuncture training, a simulated laparoscopy, ultrasound training, vital signs practice, and in the end, a goat heart dissection. I think that the only challenge that I had during this internship was genuinely just getting used to the dorms and the dorm life because it was my first time on a college campus. So I did have a roommate and the bathrooms were kind of like shared amongst the people on the floor. But that really got better with time. There were no other issues. I literally loved that internship so much. And like the last one, I really made some really good friends that I talk to this day. Now, I had mentioned that this internship was a catalyst for other internships because after I did this internship, Leadership Initiatives actually offered me an online internship for free. Pretty sure because I attended the in-person internship and we were able to sign up for that at the in-person internship, but I'm sure you can do it online too, even if you do not attend one of these summer camps. For me, it was completely free. And the internship that I did online over the course of around 6 months was the International Public Health Internship Program. For this internship, you need a team lead. The team lead makes a group of around 3 to 5 or 6 people, and they have to attend weekly meetings. I became the team lead of my public health internship, and I wanted to get my younger brother involved so he was in my team while also running a separate internship where he was a team lead. And that internship was the International Business and Advocacy Internship Program. So we basically had 2 separate internships running, one where I was a team lead and one where my brother was a team lead. But we both participated in each other's. But at the same time, my brother had his friends in his internship and I had my friends in my internship. So this is a way to get people in your community involved. If you have friends that want to do this internship really bad, but maybe they can't afford the $5,000 over the summer, you can actually do this online thing, and for them it's free. In the end, both of these 2 internships gave me 76 community service hours, and the International Public Health Internship was really similar to the in-person internship. We also did make a community workshop, but for this internship we had a lot more variety to choose from in terms of diseases, so we did dengue fever, and we even went so far as actually surveying the community we were going to send the workshop to, just to make sure that we knew what they did or did not know and how they would respond to this workshop, what to change on the workshop. In regards to the International Business and Advocacy Internship, we actually helped a small business in northern Nigeria develop and improve the business. We came up with a budgeting plan for them. We created new logos and new cards and new advertising for them. And overall, we just helped keep track of the small business and help them improve in various ways. Something unique about both of these internships was that we met every once in a while with representatives from both internships online. For example, in the public health one, we would meet with an LI representative that was in Nigeria. They would give us feedback on how the community's doing, what would be best for them. And what was even great about the business internship was that we actually met with the business owner. There was a translator, which was an LI representative, and it was very interesting to learn about their different cultures and how to communicate well over Skype and overall. I do have to say that these 2 internships were a large commitment for me. I did them over my senior year, which was a difficult time because I was applying to college. I recommend you do it earlier, maybe your junior or sophomore year if you're seeing this early. But if you would like to do it and you are going into your senior year, go for it. I did do 2 at once, so maybe do 1. And remember, just because I did 2 doesn't mean that I was running both of them. My brother was running a different one. It was only because I was part of his group. Only one person should be running. But ideally, most students only enroll in 1. So those are the really big internships that I did over high school, but I also think it's worth to mention some extracurriculars that I think really made me shine as well. So I did become an EMT at 16 years old, and that was because I took a course through a career technical center near me. If you're curious on how to become an EMT, I have my video for that, also down below. And in the end, I got about 100 community service hours just from being an EMT. It also helped me be quick on my feet. It helped me develop communication skills. And it helped me already be involved in healthcare before even applying to med school, even applying to college, which is really special if you're going into healthcare. Overall, I do think that these 4 experiences really shaped me and allowed me to develop and grow as a person. Not just because of the content that I was learning, but also because of the people I met and the different perspectives that I was able to learn through these people. There's a certain level of maturity that you have to have when going into healthcare, and I think that meeting people that want to go in the same area and have that same maturity really helps you see things differently and learn new things. And these are all unique experiences that a lot of colleges I don't think had seen before my application. If I had to pick the couple things that I genuinely think made me stand out the most, it was really the patient diagnosis and being an EMT. If you're interested, I'll have all the information for leadership initiatives below. Email Marsha Bailey, which is the person who runs the whole thing, and he's super sweet. I've sent him so many emails and he always replies really fast. Any of the LI staff are super sweet and I really do love them and what they were able to do for me. One last thing about leadership initiatives that I think isn't talked about enough is that they actually have so many resources after your internship. You get SAT and ACT prep. You can have recommendation letters from Marshall Bailey himself, which is what I had, or even the doctors you worked with from Nigeria. You can actually have your college essay sent to LI and they'll send it back with some corrections. You can even have your resume reviewed, and they have so many benefits and you just gotta look at their website. Anyways, I could talk about this forever. It was really such an amazing experience for me, but those are overall the biggest things that I did in high school that I think allowed me to get into college and into med school. Let me know if you guys have any other questions related to this or any other questions overall, and I can make a video about those and explain them well to you. Thank you all for watching my video, and I'll see you guys next time.